What's up, everybody out there? Welcome back to yet another addicted fishing video. Today, we're having fun out in the woods. Me and my best friend Phil, we're hiking a creek, we're fishing for trout, and it's already starting off good. That was my very first cast of the day. And after we have some fun this afternoon, we're gonna bust out a really cool catch and cook recipe. We're gonna use one of these beautiful trout, cook them up, and I got an absolutely wonderful winter treat in store for you guys.
Unreal.
Let's see if it's big enough. Might as well get our food in order here.
Good size, dude.
That one's only
inch short.
12.5 inches, yeah. Nevertheless, what a great one to start on.
View.
Later, buddy.
Unreal, dude.
Cool. Good start.
Job, man.
I was just kind of like, oh man, maybe I'll whip one out there. It didn't go what, 2 feet?
Yeah, exactly.
Down.
Immediately.
Little Mad River, clear pink. Let's do this, dude.
Sick.
There he is. Oh yeah. So I snuck out on this little log jam where I could see down in. I could actually see my depth, and I just started going a couple inches deeper each time. Dude, that one's a nice one. Look at the fin on him.
Dude. Beautiful.
Wow. This one's a little bit nicer. Look at that thing. Wow. What an awesome fish. Wow. Look at that thing. Took that jig just perfect. Let's see if that one's the right size. Little. Oh, no way, we caught him. Way to go. All right, let's see. That one's right at it. Yep, it's legal. Let's keep her. So these things have to be a certain length to keep out of this creek. So we found one. It's the right length. I'm gonna bonk him here. Just kidding. As fate would have it, the bonking wasn't an option, dude. Dang it. We'll get the next one. What an idiot. It's all right. That was only the second fish of the day, but it would have been nice to make sure we had lunch. Like my Hawaiian buddy always says, the first fish is always lunch, not bait. So that one, we're gonna call him a goner. All right, this looks like a cool little seam in here. So all I'm using today, I'm using our Mustad Addicted float. I got 12-pound bumper. I got just a little ultralight, 2 to 6 pound. I think this thing's 8 foot or so. It's just perfect for this. I'm getting good casts with that bobber. I got a little Mad River worm. These fish are in here feeding, and they're living in all these little migratory lanes where that food's coming towards them. So it's a really fun style of fishing, being able to adjust that depth really shallow and cast into this cool stuff like this. A little back eddy here. Let's see. I do find that these trout, they like that cover. You know what I mean? They got that boily water, they got wood, they got logs, they got structure to be in and around. And I find that's where I find the most of these little trout like this in these small streams, is again just around those spots that they're protected, but that they can still feed. Oh,
Oh, damn it. What's...
Good start, good start. Hold on, don't lose it. It broke.
It broke.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it broke, dude. Ah.
Yikes, Aroni sticks. That's no way to start the day.
No.
Are you just gonna be broke off all day?
No, I'm solid. I just gotta fix my rod here, dude. I told you this was the kid's rod, man.
Are we about to do this?
I think so. That was a bush fix and a half.
Okay, moment of truth. We need some tape or something to keep it together.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go, addicts. Cool little trick for you. Broke the rod at the perfect point, cut a chunk of it off to where it would fit both ends. We got a small wrap
Yeah,
of
we just
tape.
need a little tiny chunk.
You can tune into my new channel next week, PNW Bushcraft.
Yeah.
There it is, everybody.
Perfect.
We did it. Quick fix. Might work.
We'll see, man.
Let's do it.
Cool. Thank you.
So you guys notice that we're down here kneeling, and we're not just trying to be trout weirdos here. The reason is, you see the shadow out on the water, right down here. That's one thing that fish are probably most reactionary to as far as trout and stuff. Their only predator is in the sky, that's above them. So when they see shadows, they're very, very wary of it. So in this particular situation, even though the water's a little dirty, I don't want that big dark shadow that we're casting to be out and over the river. So we're kneeling down, and kind of remember that when we're going up little creeks like this, or when you're fishing for just trout in general, these things are sometimes really old. You know, sometimes these fish, depending on where you're at in the world, can be, you know, years old, and so they've been chased, they've been almost eaten by predators, they've probably almost been caught, and so using those little techniques to where you're a little more stealthy can definitely make you catch more fish every time you're out there.
Dancing through there.
There it is. Oh, that was a huge one. Darn it, man, that was a big flash. Definitely the biggest one so far. Oh, I can't even touch bottom now. Well, we're on the hunt for lunch still. It's gotten a little bit slow. We've gotten those 2 or 3 fish right off the bat. I just lost a really nice one, but we just found this little piece of heaven. That looks like it's got some of those good gravel beds, those little veins. Got a big log jam across right here. What do you think? You think the broken rod's gonna get it?
I think so.
I think that you kind of have to fish it until you get one now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or at least until it like snag or breaks on a snag. I'm gonna stick with the worm and my little bead. Phil's got old bumblebee on over there on a broken fishing pole. Let's go get one. What a great bobble down. I just added a tiny bit of depth. Made the same cast I made those first 3. Little, that's enough. Hey, wow. Look at that thing, everybody. What a great looking fish. Little white tips on him. They're just like little torpedoes, and see that's the cutthroat on them. You got that beautiful red throat. Let's get this guy back in here. Later, buddy. Not quite big enough. I know I'm gonna regret dropping lunch, you guys. I did it twice. Sean almost saved me twice, but I was my own worst enemy there. We need one that's a specific size to eat, so hopefully we're gonna get 2. Because we all, well actually maybe 3, because we all have to eat. I really hope I'm not gonna regret that, and I think I probably am. Comment below with what you guys thought of that. Spoiled the dinner again. So this is what I got rocking for my second setup here. I got just a little 8mm bead, number 4 hook. Just a little bead knot tied around that bead, just to keep it in there. I got like 10 or 12 pound test on here, so I'm not worried about these little guys breaking it. I got 2 split shot, run up to just a little thingamabobber. It's about 6 foot a leader. I don't want to go too deep on a lot of this, so I'm actually gonna move that up. And then just a normal floating line on my 9.5 foot 6 weight. It's working really good for dragging these little beads down through here. Let's see if we can change up the bite. We got 1 to bite, now let's get 2 to bite. Oh, dang it, there he was. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Darn it. That was a good bite. I was swimming away with it. Bead's working, everybody. Might need to change up my color here too a little bit. I almost wonder at the same time, now that I'm not getting these fish on these beads, we're getting some absolutely awesome drifts through there. We know there's fish there, but I'm wondering in my mind, I'm starting to think about, I wonder if these fish are actually like, that's why they're so keyed in on the worm, is because this time of year they're actually eating worms. You know, we're getting these big rainfalls and these big weather events that washes a lot of earth and washes a lot of those earthworms out of the banks. And I noticed that like lighter pink, kind of clear, small profile. Oh, what was that? Those lighter pink, kind of clear profile worm that I'm using really does resemble some sort of night crawler, like natural worm floating down the river. At, you know, middle of winter, and the water is super high. So I'm starting to think about that. There's not a lot of spawning fish in this creek right now. So I don't know why they would eat the eggs quite as much, but maybe I should go to a nymph or something a little bit different. Okay, right out there in the fast, I'm gonna get a giant. I can feel it. Oh, that's a good one, guys. That's a good one. First caster there with the worm, kind of like what I was just talking about. I'm pretty sure that's got to be the case then, where these fish are so keyed in on these, like these worm profiles, whether they're going out. Hey, no. Whether they're going after that like lamprey profile, it's just like the look of the earthworm. Wow, I better put the tape on that one though. That one's about 1 inch short. And they're gonna let him go do his thing. Oh, bye little buddy. Look at him just sitting there. Well, we're moving our way upriver, but we've really kind of run into a big obstruction. We got this river wide, I don't know if it's an old dam or if it's a restoration project or what, but it's pretty much crossing the whole river. Very, very slick. You guys can see how slimy and gross that looks in the camera. But gotta try to figure out how to get across this thing. I have no clue. We got a pretty cool little beach for catch and cook. Really now, we're having some fun. We gotta get Phil on a fish on the broken rod. That will really top today off, but we need to get 2 fish of keepable size to try to get this catch and cook done. I'm gonna do a little teaser for you guys, a little spoiler alert. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, we're doing the best cup of noodle trout recipe you've ever seen in your life. So I can't wait, my mouth's watering. We need to catch a fish so we can eat the damn thing.
So guys, I haven't been trout fishing in about 3 years, and Jordan invited me out here, so I just grabbed all the gear I had. And we stopped by the hardware store. I grabbed a couple last minute things, but it's kind of turned into me tying up gear all day. So more of the story, come prepared if you're gonna go trout fishing with your fishing buddy that really knows how to fish good. He's been kind of kicking my butt up to this point, but I'm gonna get dialed in and we're gonna get a fish in no time here.
Small disclaimer for all you boys and gals out there at home watching me do this: do not try this at home, or especially if you don't have a friend with you watching to laugh when you fall and die. I don't know, is this one gonna hold me? It's hard to say. It's moving pretty good. I'm kind of banking on this one. I got a pretty safe exit strategy here if I do fall in. Pretty sure my backpack will float me at least. I don't know. Yeah, that's good. That's good to go. I've tried to pick this one because it had this kind of chunky, old school look to it. I knew it was going to be a little softer, a little flatter, a little easier on the wading boot. Got some moss right here at the end. Oh God, it's moving. I made it though. I made it. Whew, we made it across. That was freaky. I don't know if my friends are gonna be able to do that. Yeah. Yes. Got a really nice one here. Finally adjusted to the right depth. Got across the river. Just a little guy. Not gonna be big enough for lunch either. Slender little dude. Super cool fish. Hey, bud. Well, I'm setting off on my own as a grown man to fend for our village. Those two couldn't make it across the log jam. It was a pretty sketchy crossing, so I figured I made it across luckily. I'm gonna head upriver, try to find us a big fish. They're gonna stay down there and mess around and try to catch some trout, but it's just you and me now, guys. Whew, let's hope we can do it. We only need 2 fish, but they gotta be the right size. We tend to always do this to ourselves on these challenges or these catch and cooks where or we make it harder on ourselves than it probably should be, but you know what? That's half the fun. And I think that's what you guys like about it too. So comment below with what you think. I'm having a blast out here. It is an absolutely gorgeous February day. And I got my gear. I got a whole river ahead of me. It's time to find dinner.
So guys, I think my rod finally just bit the dust. I think I gotta hang it up. I'll try maybe patching it one more time, but I don't know. I think it's done for, guys.
Oh, almost. Come on. Got him. Hell yeah. What an awesome fish that one is. Look how chrome it is. Just coming in. There we go. And he's off. So one thing I've definitely noticed throughout the day today is these fish like the faster water. It's like any of these slow pockets that I find, I really am having a hard time getting fish. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'm kind of getting squeezed on this side of the river, but this looks like kind of a dangerous crossing. I'm gonna feel it out just a little bit, go out towards that deep water. Now that I don't have any people with me, I really don't want to be doing anything stupid here. No, that's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen. So I'm gonna sneak back into the bank here. There's another mentality you really need to take, especially when you come out here and you do this kind of stuff on your own, you guys. Luckily I have my friends with me today, but with this sort of structure in a river or creek or anything you're ever around, I think something we don't talk about here at Addicted enough is river safety. And making good decisions out there, you know, weighing the pro versus con in the fishing situation that you're in, whether or not the weather's too bad, whether or not the winds are too high, whether or not you should cross because the river is too high. And the crossing is mainly the most dangerous one, especially if you're in these places like in the Midwest and on the West Coast here that have these giant log jams and stuff like this. You know, I might be plenty able-bodied and willing to be able to go across the river and do certain things, but there's a fine line in between being too stupid and doing the wrong thing. And I'm trying to make those right decisions here so far. Got a couple holes ahead of me. I'm gonna see if I can get up this hillside. If not, we're gonna head back downriver and just really beat up the water that we've already fished. See if we can't pull out one more. Well, from what I can see, I don't really think it's worth it. I think we still got some good water that we can fish. So I'm looking upriver here quite a ways. Looks fishy, but it's really fast. A lot of riffles. A lot less of that log jammy, big, deep hole structure. I'm sure there's some fish up there, but you know what? Risk to reward. Looks pretty nasty. I'm already away from my buddies. If I take a spill down this stuff, it's not gonna be good. So I see a good way out. I'm gonna take it really quick. I really, really wish I wouldn't have lost that first big fish. It's breaking my heart at this point. We pretty much have an awesome episode already. But no, I got Butterfingers. I think that's becoming a pretty good trend. It's Jordan's Butterfingers. Today it might have cost us a meal. Okay, so
dude, this is a rough
episode of what
day
do we have
fishing,
here,
man. I don't know. This is a special kind of knot right here. This is like a super talented fisherman knot that only happens in super rare.
It's called the double end over with a loop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's called just forget the rest of the day. I'm done fishing. Okay, I'm gonna regroup, guys. I'm gonna regroup and come back better than ever. I guarantee it. It's one thing to have a bad day of fishing, but when your best bud is Jordan KNIGGE and he's just kicking your butt in every hole, it's really tough. But revenge is mine, dude.
That was definitely the right side. Got him! Yes! Little get. Yes, everybody. There he is. There he is. There he is. Yes.
Woo! Yeah, man. Looks like we're eating.
On the money. Yes! All right, I'm gonna give him a little thump here. Quick and easy, quick and humane. We did it, everybody. We did it. Yes. Oh, that was so cool. I didn't have my chest cam on. Of course, I thought I did. I flipped it in there, wrapped around that log, did a little flip off of it, flipped in the water. It's that natural presentation this time, I think, that really got her done. There's dinner. So let's go find a nice little sunny bank. We'll go get our griddle going, go get this stuff cooked up. I can't wait. Phil was just talking about how he was hungry. I think his fingers are getting tired from tying. But finally snuck in, got him behind this log, and we got a fish. Let's go eat. All right, so I'm gonna get this started. Make sure I got a nice little surface to cut on here. That would be a heartbreaker. Have that thing go falling. And lay him right there. So this recipe is super simple and it's fun to do out on the river. It's kind of the first time in a long time I've done this. Usually I do this if I'm going like raft camping or doing something fun like that. Out in the middle of the winter chasing steelhead or something like that. But this works really good. I have a cutting board here. Got my little burner here. Get this bad boy set up. I got my Old Bay seasoning. Got some pepper. I got some garlic. Ooh, that smells so good. I got some butter. And I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna kind of render this little thing. I'm gonna basically just keep putting the garlic and the butter on top of the fish. First, I'm gonna coat it with some black pepper and some Old Bay. My cutting board's from my Kong cooler. That's why I love that thing so darn much. So first things first, just gonna take and just get a really good coating. I'm almost gonna have this turn into like a crispy little shell. That skin and all that extra meat on the edge of the bone is gonna turn into these crispy little morsels that are gonna be really tasty. That Old Bay, it's got a nice savory flavor to it, kind of like a broth, kind of like a chicken broth or something like that. So it's a really good, just kind of seasonal type of seasoning to put on this. Let's go a little bit more in that body cavity, and that bad boy's ready. And it's still flopping. That's how you know your meal's fresh. That's gross. Oh well. This is how you live off the land, everybody. You get my little Gerber tool out. Love this thing. So I'm gonna do here, back up a couple of pieces of garlic. It's an old trick somebody showed me. Take your knife, lay it right on that garlic clove, chop her down. I don't know about you guys out there, comment below, but I absolutely love garlic. And it makes fish taste the best. So, there we go. We're making two portions with this. I better feed my friend Phil today, since he had a little bit more of a rough day out there on the water. I don't want him getting too hangry on us. That's what friends are for. We'll take our butter here. Get it in my pan. Get this bad boy going. Okay, so as my stuff's melting there, I'm gonna cut up one more thing of garlic. I'm standing here looking at it and I just can't help myself. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna fry this fish. Then I'm gonna get my water going. We got the hot and spicy bowls here. So it's gonna have some nice little veggie adding and stuff in there. Any kind of top ramen works, honestly. Sorry, Mom. It's got the little noodle seasoning. It's got the little veggies down there in the bottom underneath it. It's gonna add a nice little bit of sustenance to that bowl. We don't have to add any more veggies other than our garlic. Black pepper on the garlic real quick. Gonna get that sauce already. So I want to let that garlic get going just a little bit before I put that trout in there. And again, I'm not gonna mind using too much butter here. I might even add some because it's really gonna help with the flavor inside that cup of noodle here. There it is. So I'm just gonna take and do this the whole time. Just gonna keep kind of putting some of that butter, some of that garlic on the inside, just like that. This is gonna take probably about 10 minutes. I'm gonna cook this thing on both sides, make sure it's cooked all the way to the bone, flip it over, make sure it's cooked all the way through, and then we're gonna strip all that meat off get our water boiling for our nudes, and then we're gonna add all this nice tasty meat to it. Okay, here comes the first flip. I'm probably gonna flip this a couple of times just to make sure I'm gonna get it all cooked all the way through. Ooh, nice and crispy. Ooh. Got a nice little covering again. Ooh, that garlic's getting nice and sauteed. Look at that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Now remember, we're gonna be putting this in that boiling water still, so even if it's a little undercooked, that's gonna be okay. Basically, you just want to cook it to where you can see that garlic getting a little blackened like that, and we're pretty much dialed in. Okay, yummy. I'm gonna leave that skin, man. I don't mind the skin. It's full of really good nutrients, a lot of proteins. Those oils in there are even better for you. I'm just gonna strip all that meat right off the bone there. That side, the skin came off pretty good. I'm gonna give that to Tiny Boy for a treat. Yum, it's turning out so good, you guys. Smells amazing. Looks amazing. It's gonna taste amazing. None of it's going to waste with Tiny around. Right, little boy? Okay, look at all this, you guys. Just this lovely trout meat all ready to go. Got the skeletor, this thing pretty pick clean here. All looks amazing. Some more of that meat off of there. And I'm gonna simmer all this stuff again together. How's that smell, duder?
Smells really good.
Oh, I'm getting excited. It's getting a little darker out here. It's getting, I feel like I need a bowl of soup in my life right now, right?
Totally.
Okay, boys, let's get that water going. Last two steps, everybody. Add our seasoning. And I don't like to go too heavy on this. I like to only use about half the pack when I do this because I put so much seasoning and all that nice flavor inside that fish, and I'd like to kind of savor that flavor rather than this fake powder flavor that's in this stuff. So I'm only going to use half there for that broth because that butter and everything else that we have in here is going to make it taste just as good. All right, we got steam. I think we got boiling. Oh yeah, we're ready. Fill it up to the fill line. No pun intended. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'll definitely say this is a first for me.
Okay. Here it goes. Oh, that stuff's right in there. Ooh, that even looks right, man.
Wow.
Look at that. Got our little green onion in there. We got some carrots, some corn, all that delicious fish meat. I'm gonna let mine simmer just a little bit longer. That looks really hot. Let's try that broth though. Oh, dude.
Ooh, this looks so good, dude.
Goodness gracious. That Old Bay in there, it's really all you need. You almost don't even need to put the salt from the packet in there. It's almost a little healthier. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of strong with that, but the taste of that fish, it's like whitefish almost. You know, like a sea bass. Great way to eat trout. Whether you catch it in a lake or a creek. Salmon even, if we caught a salmon or a steelhead, I would probably do the same recipe. Which is absolutely delicious. Wow. The quiet table is always a good thing. We haven't talked for like 5 minutes here. What a great day so far, man.
This is delicious.
Hey.
Good job.
Thanks for coming fishing.
Thanks for feeding us, man.
And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. If you guys enjoyed this catch and cook, go up here and click this link to this other one that we did. It's a lot of fun. We go out and catch all different kinds of fish all over, try to make the most awesome recipes that we can. If you haven't already, go down here, subscribe, turn that little bell on, give us a thumbs up, and comment below, and you can be the comment of the day just like this guy right here. Thank you so much, guys. You stay fishy, and we'll see you out there.